run when you hear that. I said run when you hear that. You better run when you hear that. I said run when you hear that. You better run when you hear that. I said run when you 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 hear that. I said you better run. I said run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. You better run. I said run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. Run when you hear that.
Good evening, everybody. Bruce Foster, chewing fat. Hope everyone's had a great week. Thanks for tuning in. That video there was Jules Martin's. I caught that a glimpse of that one on the one of the New Zealand pages. So looks pretty nice. I can't remember the location, but if you guys live down New Zealand way, then I'm pretty sure you'll likely recognise it. So we'll. Someone can maybe remind me and post a comment up and let me know where it was. So yeah, so that's Jules Martin. Tonight we've kind of changed things up a little bit this week. I've been in contact with Dave Gray from Tasmania for a couple of weeks now, and a video caught my eye. Pieman River, I think it was the river that he was riding on, and it caught my attention, and I reached out to him to ask if it was okay to share that video initially, and then we got chatting away from there. So I've got Dave on tonight, and I wasn't fully aware of his background, and he's a little bit of an adventurer. So let's just get him on just now, and we'll catch up and have a chat with him, and we'll see what he's got to say. So let's just get him hooked up. Where are we? Right. Hope he's ready. We're doing this like a Zoom meeting. That's all I'm using. Zoom, capture the screen. Let's just see if hopefully the audio is okay. Yep, Dave's there. Fingers crossed. Dave!
Hey, Bruce.
How are you?
I'm going well. How about you?
Not bad, not bad. First time I've met you face to face.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me. Or joining us, I should say.
No problem.
Now, obviously, we've been in touch the past couple of weeks, and I've been trying to tee up or line up some kind of appearance and discuss what you've been up to. But
Yep.
first of all, for anyone that's tuning in that doesn't really know you at all, do you want to introduce yourself first and give us your interest in jet skiing?
Yep, sure. Okay, so my name's Dave Gray. So I'm born and bred Tasmanian, and a lot of people think Tasmania is too cold and wet for jet skis, but we ride all year round.
So I've
And
seen.
so I guess where I started was in the late 80s or about 1990. I rode my first jet ski on a Queensland island, and I thought, wow, that's a lot of fun. And the seed was sown then for I wonder whether you could go around Tasmania. And so a few things happened after that. You know, we had boats, but we had young children, so it didn't really happen for a long time. But then when the teenage girls didn't want to come out with me in the boat anymore, I thought, well, now's the time I can get a jet ski.
No, no.
So,
So
yeah,
when was that then? Approximately when was that? Were you talking about that you got the jet ski?
about 14 years ago.
Okay, so it's been a while. It's been a
Yeah,
while. That's pretty good.
yeah.
And what was your first little ride? Was it more recreation rides?
Well, I joined up with the statewide jet ski club, hence this Jetski Tas.
Yep.
And we went on a few rides, and that's a great way to get introduced to the sport. You know, you go to places that you wouldn't normally go yourself,
Exactly.
and you meet people, and you learn how to set up your systems and all that.
Yep. Yep. It's great to be involved in such groups because they show you some of the good things, little tips, little things that help them that you can adapt yourself. Even
Sure,
equipment, all the equipment and stuff, and where they get it from, and it really does benefit any newbie that's getting into the sport. And we've got a lot of newbies trying to get into the sport now, so yeah, it's
yep,
it's a great way to network and find out more about your sport. So
it definitely is. Yeah,
yep,
yeah.
yep. So what kind of adventures have you been up to? So it started off obviously as little rec rides. Um, did that help build up your confidence to then decide, I'm going to try and do something a little bit more challenging?
Yeah, so you end up going further and further and having different fuel systems and different bits and pieces on board to help you have a successful long day.
Yep.
And then one thing led to another, and we ended up, John Beswick, a good mate of mine, and I were the first to go around Tasmania on jet skis. That was a 9 day trip, and our wives were our road crew, so they picked us up from a ramp every night, and then we refueled and went to the pub for tea and then had a good sleep, and we were back on again the next morning.
So you're the first group of riders to go around Tasmania. Is
Yes, that's
that you're
right. So
aware of? That you're aware of? Is that yeah?
A guy from South Australia went round about a year after us on his own, but we were the first ones to go round at all.
No, that would have been I can't
2018.
I can't remember his name. That's shocking.
Lindsay, come on.
That's shocking.
Yeah,
What do you think it was?
2018, I think. We went round in 18. I think he went round in 19.
I know who you mean. He's just done New Zealand. They did New Zealand
Lindsay or
last year.
something.
You know
Lindsay.
what?
Yeah.
Lindsay Warner.
Yeah.
He was the one that did Tassie. He did a lap of Australia as well, which was broken up
That's
due
right.
to COVID. And then he finished that, and then he decided last year he was going to do New Zealand as well.
That's
So,
right. So New
and he,
Zealand's been done before. That was done a long time ago
yeah,
by a couple of airline pilots.
I think he's the first
But
one to do it on
Lindsay, I
his own,
think,
though.
no, that's right. He did it on his own. So Lindsay went on his own. I think he did 2 trips and he needed 2 skis because one failed and he
That's
needed
right.
another ski.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I think
two trips, two
he took
skis.
two
Yeah.
over with him, if I remember correctly. He took two with him.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Anyway, good luck to him.
yeah. I don't know what else he's got challenged now. I think he's running. Maybe he wants to do New Zealand and Australia at the same time.
Good luck with that. Yeah. And the other thing we've done is go across Bass Strait. We've done the loop. So we went across from Stanley to King Island to Apollo Bay
Yep.
and then right along the Victorian coast and then round at Wilson's Prom and Port Albert and then back via Flinders Island to Bridport.
And
So that
what
was a
sort of
week long
mileage
trip.
was that in total?
About 1,300 k's and
So
round Tas was about
right,
1,500.
1,500. And then what's the distance between over the Bass Strait? What's the distance to the
Look,
mainland?
yeah, it's probably about 250 to 300, but it depends on which way you go. But we got long range fuel tanks and GPS and
I was
heated
going to
hand grips,
say, like, you're obviously
all
not
the gear.
refueling out on the water, but Like, what's the
No,
range
no,
on
we
your
had
tanks?
we had the petrol tanker lined up at King Island. He backed down the ramp and filled us up, and the same at Flinders. He backed down the ramp there and filled us up. So otherwise, we've got enough to go all day.
Oh, okay. What's your range on
So,
your with your current setup?
sorry,
What's your range with your current setup?
theoretically about 330 k's, depending on conditions and how you drive it.
Yep.
But yeah, and all you do is click from one tank to another, and that's all you got to do all day. You got enough fuel. So the
Cool.
long range tanks make all the difference.
And what you riding? What scale you riding?
Uh, C2 RXTX 300s.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. And they're pretty
Yeah.
good on the fuel for you.
Jet skis are not known to be fuel efficient, but if you can get past that, they are just so much awesome fun.
I know.
And
I know.
that's we always say there's plenty of water for everyone. We're not the guys that do donuts on the local beach. We hate those guys too. We go as far away as possible.
That's it. And I think the hardcore riders that do ride 365 days of the year, yeah, they're the breed that want to get away from all that kind of stuff. They want,
Yeah,
like, it's just bad
absolutely.
news, to be honest. It's just,
Yeah. So
each
this
to their
photo,
own. Each to their own. They get a thrill out of that. We get the thrill out of what
Yep.
we do. So, yeah.
That's right.
So,
So this photo behind me is taken from Matsyker Island down the southwest.
yep.
And a few of us did a day trip out there a couple of years ago, and we called up the lighthouse keeper on the radios while we were there, and so he took the photo.
Just open that up a bit more so people can see it.
Yeah, so you can see there's 5 or 6 jet skis down off my shoulder,
Yeah.
little white stripes. That's the jet skis.
Yeah, I
leaving.
can see that. Yeah, I can see them.
Yeah.
What a shot. Who
Yeah, that's
captured
it.
that one? Do you remember?
The lighthouse keeper, we called him up and had a chat. He couldn't believe it
Oh,
because
okay.
he pretty isolated. They go for 6 months at a time there, and yeah, he was great for a chat.
He would have been quite surprised that just to see some civilization out of his way.
Yeah, he didn't realise jet skis were able to do that sort of thing. He just sort of heard about the bad news stories,
Yes, and I think
Yeah.
that's the way a lot of people think as well. A lot
Yeah,
of people that don't appreciate the sport the way that it, what you can and can't do. They just think they're all
that's
for
right.
fun and that's it. You know,
And
they are
in
for
the
fun,
club,
but in a
in the
different way.
statewide club Jet Ski Tas, we promote safety, we promote having a good time,
Yep.
and being responsible use of waters, and not those ones that annoy people.
I know. I highlighted a story last week about down in New South Wales where one of the areas were petitioning, the locals were petitioning to get jet skis banned in the area. Now, it wouldn't be just noise, but it's obviously the behaviour of the riders as well. So too close to
Yeah,
bathers.
unfortunately, it's a small percentage that ruin it.
Exactly, and that's all it takes. It's all it takes. And we like up here in Queensland, especially in southeast Queensland, we worry about, because we've got so many, riverways and passages and stuff that we can go through that are basically all inland, but they're kind
Yeah.
of open water to an extent. We're just worried in case speed limits getting reduced in areas that don't really need it, or they ban them altogether, which is going to be absolutely horrendous if that happens. So, and like you say, it's the minority that usually blow it all
Yeah.
up for everyone else. So it's just such a shame to
We've
lose
got
out on things like
one.
that.
We've got one area down in Tasmania that's banned, and that's the Gordon River. So we're not allowed up there.
Yeah, well,
Um,
touch wood, we haven't got anything up this way yet.
and
But
so
I think it's only going to be a
tried
matter of time.
We've tried to fight it. We've tried to get 1 day a year permission, but yeah, that's an uphill battle. But
Yeah,
we
authorities,
respect other water users, and that's all we can do.
unless you've got jet ski enthusiasts in high places, it's a bit of a fruitless task sometimes.
Yeah,
They don't want to understand. So now the videos I'm showing behind and on the screen at the same time. I don't know if you're watching the feed at all. There might be a slight delay if you are watching the feed, by the way, compared to what you're doing now. So
Yep.
there might be about like 20 seconds or something like that. But
Okay.
now you did a trip over on the mainland recently, didn't you? Do you want to explain what
so
happened with that one?
Yeah, okay. So 5 out of the 6 of us who went across Bass Strait a couple of years ago, we decided we'd take the skis over on the Spirit of Tasmania ferry, and we did 7 rides in 7 days of the best of Victoria, which was awesome. Did the Apostles, used to be 12. I think it's about 8. But a lot
Yeah, I
of
know. I
islands.
just
Yeah.
I remember George Marquis telling me that. He said it used to be the 12, but I think it's about 8 or 9.
Yeah, and so we went up to the Murray, went Wilson's Prom, Lake Eildon, and a few other places. We had a great week.
Cool. So was that just in for the day, ride, and then come back and head off, or was that an actual trip on the water for the full 7 days?
We were our own road crew, so we had to come back to the same ramp this
Right.
time.
Okay. It
Yeah,
wasn't your
yeah, but that's
wife's.
okay.
Was it your wife's again?
No, we were our own drivers, so we bought our own cars
Ah,
and we
right.
had to
Okay. All
come
right.
back to the
Cool.
same ramp. Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah.
It's nice if you can do a ride forward and leave from one ramp and turn up at another, but
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about
we
it.
didn't have the road crew this time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The women just spoil it for you, don't they?
we're not complaining.
You got a week away with the boys with without the wife nagging.
Your words.
I say it all the time. My wife never nags me, so I'm pretty fortunate. But I like to use it just to wind her up. But,
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So, what's your next plans? You got anything else planned and coming up? Or
We've got a few other long distance rides in the pipeline that we're talking about. So yeah, watch this space.
cool. And one of the questions I'll ask you is, bit of advice. What advice would you give to any beginners that were starting out on some rides down in Tassie?
Okay, so I guess the first thing is probably be a sensible move to join a club and get familiar with your sport and see what other people's setups can do.
Yep.
When I first started, I went out by myself in Bass Strait a couple of times, and a 10 meters from me, a humpback whale surfaced. Scared the lot. That's the only time I've been scared on a jet ski. And anyway, he went one way, I went the other, and you don't want those sort of things. So
No,
safety in numbers, and like some of us have, had breakdowns. We need towing, so you don't want to go on your own.
no,
Go with a group.
nah,
Tell people where you're going. Act responsibly, and set up your fuel and other systems, and you'll have a great day.
exactly.
But the jet ski Taz or other clubs in other states are definitely a great way to go for beginners to get to know.
Yeah, that's what we always advocate. I get the fear of death when I see a post. I'm new to to the open water, and I've only done the dams or whatever. I'm thinking about going over to Tangalooma. Now that's a fair trip, and it can be a bit gnarly at times.
Yeah.
But when they've suggested they're going to go, you're just like, oof, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go in with those weather conditions predicted. So, but luckily they asked the question, but they're going on their own as well. They're thinking
Yeah.
about going on their own, and that's not like. Admittedly, I did my first trip over to Tangalooma Resort, which is about a 25-minute ride from where I
Yep,
launched from,
yep.
and it was the first time I'd ever did it. And I was meant to go with a group, but because I was running late, I was late. I got to the ramp late, and then obviously I knew where I was heading. It was a straight line right across the bay, so I just went for it.
Yeah.
But
And
even
look, and
even
look,
they
a lot of
said
those-
to me, "Whoa, you shouldn't have really done that on your own in case you had any problems." And I was like, "Well, I'm here now."
Yeah, yeah. And most of the time, you take a calculated risk, you'll be fine. But we've got phones, we've got VHF radios,
Exactly.
we've got a
Yeah.
Garmin handset. We can text authorities or anyone we need to. So we've got communication systems set up so that if you do get into trouble, you can call for help. You might not need a chopper, but you might need some sort of help.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, if you guys have all got the communications, it's just a quick buzz to whoever, and you can get them towed back.
That's right. And when we're riding in a group, we have the Cardo headsets in our helmets,
Yeah.
so we can talk to each other, and that's really good.
Yep.
That's
Do
really
you,
helpful.
just out of curiosity, do you guys have the likes of toe taps fitted on your skis?
Yes, we do. I've got a toe tap, and
Right,
some of
okay.
us have got toe taps,
Yeah.
so we can tow at speed.
Yeah, that was the first. That was the only reason I got a toe tap fitted on mine, because I didn't want to be sitting on the back of somebody else's ski if something happened to mine being towed
Yep.
at 6 knots.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you. And it's an easy fit. I just got one from Bunnings,
Yep.
put it in,
Yep.
and then if I do need to be towed, I can be towed at speed and makes a
Exactly,
big
exactly.
makes a big difference to the day.
I benefited from it 2 years ago on a Santa ride when I had a problem with my ski, and the VMR people were able to tow me back, and they thought they were going to be doing the slow ride, and I said, I've got a toe tap on my ski, I can
Yep.
switch that off,
Yep.
and they were like, oh, you absolutely wonderful. So
Yep.
yeah, we got back to the ramp so much quicker. Otherwise, it would have been a long day.
Yep. Yep.
Because
For
it's a fair
sure.
bit from home. But no, that's good. So like obviously you're in the club. Do you do many of the social club events that you guys have got?
Yeah, we do a few club rides. I mean, I can't go to all the club rides because they have rides every month,
Yep.
but I try and go to some when I can, and we do a few private rides as well. But we also put up impromptu rides on the club calendar on the club Facebook page, so that anyone can join us for some of those rides if they want to.
Yeah, I'm just looking at one here that you've got West Coast Day, and you've got West Coast Day 1, West Coast Day 2,
Oh yeah.
Tulla, Lake Rosebery, and then you've got
Yeah,
another one
we've
at
got a
Lake
long
Pyman.
weekend this weekend, so I think there's
I'm
3
going to give
rides.
that one a
Yeah.
shout out. So
Yeah.
I'll talk about that one once we're finished. So, listen, Dave, thanks for your time, and I really appreciate you coming on. It was a little bit short notice because I think I only reached out to you yesterday or something. I think it
Yep,
was.
yeah, that's okay.
So I really
If
appreciate
can
you.
I just say, if anyone wants to have a look at those 2 trips we did, the big ones, they're on YouTube. One's called Ride for Pippa. Pippa was a little 3-year-old girl who had leukemia, so we did a fundraise for her, and
Okay,
thankfully now she's recovered. And
Ride
the
for
other one
Pippa.
was for other one was for Lifeline, the Bass Strait one, and that's called Bass Strait Jetski Adventure 2021. And
Yep,
so we raised money on both those big
yep.
rides.
All right, give me a second. I'll just look that one up. First one was
Ride for Pippa, Pippa. Yep.
helps if you don't put YY. All right.
Gotcha.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not finding it. Doesn't
Ride
come
for
up.
Pippa.
There's something else that comes up in its place.
No, it should be there. Ride for Pippa.
I'll need to have a good search for it. I'll
Yeah, sure.
look it up, and I'll actually post a link on the Jetski
Yeah,
Republic page.
I'll send you the link if you like.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you. Awesome. That'd be great. Perfect. And the Lifeline one as well, if you could, that'd be great.
Yep, sure.
Cool. Anybody you want to shout out before I let you leave and let you go?
Look, the people I've met in the club and riding from around the country, thank you all for your input, because all these things are a team effort. You can't do all these things on your own, and you shouldn't do it on your own either, these long distance trips.
Exactly.
But it is a big team effort. So everyone chips in, and the acronym for team is together everyone achieves more. You like that one?
I do actually. I've never ever thought of that one before, but that's a good
Well,
one.
there you go.
I've never
There
heard
you
that
go.
one before. That's a cracker. Yeah, that's a good one. I like
Yeah.
that one. Dave, awesome, mate. Listen, guys, if you're watching the show, obviously, like, take advice, get out in numbers when you're doing these big rides. The more challenging the rides, there's usually tends to be more or less room for error. So you kind of need a bit of backup if things do go wrong. Hook up with
Yep.
people like Dave and the Jetski Taz people, and any of the other groups across Australia. So, Dave, I wish you all the best for any of your future
Thanks.
rides. If you've got anything big planned, let me know. I'll give you a shout out and we'll plug it and let people know.
Thanks,
especially,
Bruce.
especially if it's a charity ride.
Good on you.
All right, Dave.
Okay, cheers.
All the best, mate. Thanks a lot.
Okay, bye.
Cheers. So there we go, Dave Gray. Guys, like I say, if you're going to go on these big rides, hook up with people. Makes perfect sense. Safety in numbers. You've got backup if anything goes wrong as well. Roll your ski, help you get back in, whatever it takes. You know what I mean? You know, the last thing you need is on these big long trips and things breaking down. It's just sensible, to be honest. Make sure you got all the proper gear for these things as well. If you're ever planning these big rides, reach out to those who have done them. They're a fountain of information. Dave, George Marquis. You've got people like Lindsay Warner. There's plenty of people around that can share the information. Doug Cash, people like that will help you out and give you all the input that you need to help set you up with all the proper gear to do these challenging rides, because they're not just a normal rec ride where you're just popping out for the day. There's more to it than that. So definitely do your homework and do your research and pick people's brains. Okay, so let's start the roundup. Let's go. All right, so I had Catherine Rowe on last week from the Variety Jet Trek, and they're already on day 3, believe it or not. You know, they started on Monday. Monday, I heard that due to weather predictions, although it was relatively nice out on the water on Monday, they actually cancelled the ride on the Monday because of the predicted weather. They just did not want to take the chance. So let me just move that screen over a little bit, because obviously it's going to be a bit problematic. Actually, wait a minute, there's a better idea. I can do it that way. Alright, so that's a better way of doing it. Okay, so here's some of the pictures. They got up to Brisbane. Obviously had to drive up to Brisbane. Tuesday they did Brisbane up to Noosa, and then Tuesday night they stayed in Noosa. They've had a layover day today in Noosa, and then they're off to Harvey Bay tomorrow. So still wishing the guys all the best, and hopefully the weather stays good for them. So there's just some of the skis that are in it this year, and some of the crew. Flick through a lot of it. Some of the there we go. And there's some of the beneficiaries of all that fundraising as well. That's fantastic to see them in attendance as well. They both back up the support crew. So that's some of that. Let's see if there's another page. I don't know if there is another page. So yeah, so there's some of the kids that are the beneficiaries of all the hard work that gets done. There's some of the volunteers who help to support the project and the event itself. Wayne Webster, Carol Marthes, and Rob Honer, and I think and Robin Webster as well. So I better make sure I get that name in as well. So if you're on the Variety Jet Trek and you're still to go, all the best for the rest of the week, and hopefully all goes to plan, and you're still raising a gutload of money. They are over 300,000, I believe. The last time I looked at the figure, they were almost at $350,000, which is a fantastic amount. So congratulations so far for your efforts. Let's go quick roundup on the racing this weekend. Grand Prix Summer Series round 4, and it's up at Kinloch Beach. Jetski Racing New Zealand Inc. competition. If you're heading over to New Zealand to watch it, you've got 2 weekends on the bounce where there are some competitions. You have this particular series on the 9th, on Saturday the 9th, and at Kinloch Beach, and then I'll move over to there. We have the 16th and 17th of March, which is the Jet Sport Nationals, Lake Kirapiro, Mighty River Domain, down in New Zealand. That's the 16th and 17th of March. That's the weekend after the Summer Series happened, Grand Prix Series. So plenty of action to come down in New Zealand, and plenty coming your way. Let me just see who else we got. Queensland, they have the big come and try sessions, 24th of March, 28th of April, both at the same location, which is up at Clontarf, which is just a peninsula at Redcliffe. So pop up there, note your interest. There will be entries, so let me just take you through that quickly, and there's your entry page there. Okay, so it does say free, but they still want you to register as well. Now, I was led to believe it was originally meant to be, if you come yourself to try it, you were paying $50. if you brought a second person with you and you both tried the racing, then it was free. So the benefits were obviously to bring a friend. Okay, so details are all there. Go to the QPWC Facebook page. The event itself is actually in that Facebook group, and all the details are there with what you're needing to do to come down to the track. Safety equipment needs to be, you need to have the correct safety equipment as well. Motocross helmet, proper footwear, the proper jacket. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. So a back brace is not recommended for practice days, all right, but they do recommend one if you don't want to risk your potential for a back strain or injury or whatever. They are recommending it, but you can still practice without one. So it's really just your own ski, your jacket, motocross helmet, and your footwear for these practice days. Once you've completed both those practice days, hopefully it'll make you decide that you want to actually race, and the racing is in May. So you've got about 4 weeks in between between the two practice sessions, and about another 4 weeks until the first round, which is at Somerset Dam. So hopefully by the 28th of April, after the 28th of April, you'll have decided whether you want to actually continue racing for the season. Hopefully you do. Fingers crossed you do. Like I say, ask questions. If you suddenly get into it and you need to find out exactly what you need equipment-wise, I have posted a video of the mandated equipment that's required on the Jetski Republic page. It is also on the QPWC not Facebook page, but their own website as well, which you can locate through qpwc.org.au. Okay, so that's Queensland. Details are there. Go through the event, click on the ticket, and indicate what you're doing, whether it's yourself or the two people coming. So that's that. Redcliffe. Let me just go back a minute. It doesn't want to go back. Great. Okay, let's go this way. Alright, now I did say I was going to give these a shout out. So these are Jetski Tassie Inc. They've got a 2-day weekend at Tulla Lake Rosebery, and obviously Lake Pyman, which is day 2 as well. So two different days, same weekend. If you're interested in either of them, contact the guys at Jetski Tassie Inc. or Reg Turner. If you look at the event here, contact details are there for Reg or Jetski Tassie Inc. Okay, so that's that. Let's go back one. Now, this Saturday, if you have entered the competition for the GTRX 300, please remember that if you've entered, you need to be in attendance at that event in order to claim the prize. Okay, the jet ski, the trailer, fully registered for 12 months, insured for 12 months, for both ski and the trailer. Okay, a fantastic prize, which is up for grabs. Now, I'm not entirely sure how they'll work. I've seen how they've done it previous years, but you do need to be there. If your name gets pulled and you're not there, they'll pull out another name to replace you. So you have to be there you got to be in it to win it, or you got to be there to win it. Okay, so that's down at JSW Power Sports on the Gold Coast. 12th birthday party. Get down there. It'll be a big event. I would expect with this prize there will be a lot of people in attendance. So that's that. Jet ski rise. Now, where are we? Let me see. There was something I was going to read up on here. I can't remember what the heck it was. There was something coming. Oh, yeah, I know what it was. Alright, so let's go. That's not 2 seconds. I'll go this this way. Now there are a couple of pop-up rides happening. Jetski Jake. Let me just get this. Let me just look it up. My brain's going mad. It's going mad here. I don't know what's happening here. Alright. Okay, so Jake's got a couple of things coming up. A couple of rides this weekend to tie in with the event at JSW. Obviously, he's a brand ambassador for them, and so he's got one ride going out, and Carol Cronwall has another ride going out. They are full, but keep an eye on it and maybe get your names added to the waiting list, because some people do drop out, and keep an eye on that one. Remember the big camping trip up in north of Harvey Bay on the 2nd and 4th of August. Everyone's invited to that one that can come. I'm planning on going myself, so it should be a great weekend. And the other little thing which is coming up next weekend is, assuming it's still going ahead, this is the postponed one event from last month, and it's the scavenger hunt down the Gold Coast, so hopefully everybody's ready to roll for that one, so that would be pretty good. Now we're going to finish up with this one. Oh look, there's me. Right, where were they? Come back to this one. Now I posted a little picture up in this let me find it. A lot of questions about the weather again. I've noticed that. I've still got to sit down with the guys and thrash that idea out yet. Here we go. So I posted this one up the other day. Bit of fun. It's really just to find out, who your partners were and get a glimpse of your partners out on your skis, or a friend, or whoever it happens to be that you go out on a ski with. That's me and my wife. Happy as Larry. Let me just go into that particular post. There were some posts there. I don't know what to say about this one. Fred, Anne, I don't know. Sorry, Fredina, I think it is, or Frida. I think it might be Frida we're calling you for that day. This was meant to be a ladies' day out. Fred decided, nah, too good a day, I'm going out anyway. So he came out with the girls anyway. So there's the end result. Pretty funny, if you to be honest. Actually, it's pretty good. There's Jeff with his partner Angie. Angie posted that one. Funny enough, it wasn't Jeff. Thank you for that. Where else? Still waiting on Gabby and Brezos. No idea where that's gone. We've got Sarah and Peter out on the water again. They're out quite a bit, so oh dear, there's Frida again, Tessa, Anne-Marie. Sorry, my apologies, I don't recognise who the other rider is, but Fred, you should have had it shaved, mate. Would have made things look a lot better. Where else are we? Kurt King and his partner out on the water. Nice one. Who else do we have? 4 comments. I don't know where he. Oh, there's Andy Hodgkin. That's a great little shot beside the waterfall. Love it. Love it. And there's Danos and his crew from the what's it called? The Brusky brothers. I'm pretty sure I said it wrong. Brustaski brothers. That was it. They're raising charity for men's cancer, for cancer, I think it was. Or was it mental health? Oh God, I'm terrible. I'm sorry, but I've actually no tell it was mental health. So men's mental health. So these guys will probably be doing another trip shortly. So we'll keep an eye out for that. But that's Danos and his crew out on the water. Thank you for that one. And that's just in my jet ski group pictures. So let me just come out of that and we'll go into, there's a couple actually being shared in the Poor Marnus had to work. Tough at the top. Got to pay for your ski somehow. Unlucky. Now let's go. Who else we got? There's Steve Carr, his partner. Great picture. And Adele Wayne, partner as well. Awesome. Let's see if we got anything else. Nicole Samuels and her partner. That's a good one as well. Love it. Thank you for that. And who else do we have? I like to do this. I like to share it out. Share these out for people. So Heidi O'Grady and her partner or friend. I'm just assuming it's partners. I did ask for share your pictures with your bae. I'm assuming it's your flames or your loves of your life. That could be anywhere. It doesn't have to be a partner. It could be just your ride buddy. Tim Roberts. I don't know which one's the bae there, whether it's the girlfriend, the yacht, or the wife or the ski. I'll let other people be the judge of that one. And what else? I think that might be the last of them. Yep, that's the last of it. So that's it. That's me for this week. Nothing much else going on at the moment. It's a little bit quiet. There will be some race stuff coming up over the next weeks. Guys, if I can encourage people to keep making little snippets and videos. If you don't want to post them online, that's fine. Dropbox them to me, and I'll make something for you. I'm happy to do a little bit of editing to make a little video for you, and then I'm happy to as long as you're happy for me to share it on here, and that's the whole purpose, is just to let everybody see what they're getting up to, and yeah, it's great to share the waters and the environment that we have around us. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're in the Gold Coast or down or up north, anywhere in the world. Happy to make some videos. Happy to share, get your message out there about how you're enjoying the water. So that's it. That was a picture that caught my eye yesterday actually. That's Moree up near the Gateway Bridge. That's all the Jet Trek boats brought in on Monday morning from Kingscliff, because obviously they weren't riding up. So they brought them all up on the trailers, and that's where they've been kept overnight before they departed on Tuesday morning. So that was an interesting picture. It's good. Nice little, looks really good. Yeah, so that's it for this week. Guys, whatever you're up to over the weekend or over the subsequent week, have a great time. Stay safe, and I'm going to leave you with just a short video of mine. I'm going back in time a little bit here to 2001, I think it is. Just a little video that I put out a while back. Just wanted to share it with you, and I'll close out the show with that. So yeah, look, wherever you are, stay safe, look after each other, respect each other, and have fun. Take care.